All right. As you may have seen from the Foreign Minister Wallström's tweet that was just issued, we can confirm that the Houthi delegation has arrived in Sweden together with the special envoys from the United Nations, Sweden and Kuwait for the planned consultations to be held in Sweden. And we expect the Yemeni government delegation to arrive shortly. We hope now that the UN-led consultations can begin later this week, and this is, of course, significant. It would be the first time in more than 2 years that the parties are meeting. The evacuation of some 50 Houthis to Muscat in Oman yesterday was, of course, important in this regard and an important confidence-building step. Now, to get the parties to this conflict to come to one place for consultation has not been easy, but is now a decisive step in our efforts to end the suffering in Yemen. We have been working tirelessly to provide the conditions needed for the UN to hold the talks in Sweden. Consultations are led by the UN envoy, and he has our full and strong support. As you know, we have been very actively engaged on Yemen over the past couple of years or since we joined the Council, not least in drawing attention to the disastrous humanitarian situation. So the fact that the parties are now preparing to meet in Sweden is, of course, for us the best possible Christmas gift that we could have wished for.
Ambassador, can you tell us a bit about the Swedish role in these talks? Are you going to facilitate these talks? Are you taking any role with the parties, or you're just hosting them, or what are you going to do exactly?
No, the talks it's the UN Special Envoy that will lead the talks. He has our full and strong support, and we will do our best to facilitate and provide the conditions necessary. All the member states, of course, has an important role in supporting him in this effort, not least the members of this council. And I think it's important that the council has recently been able to come in jointly behind him and show the united force that is needed for this for his work to be effective.
When do you expect the beginning of the discussion?
As I said, we hope that they will be able to begin by the end of this week.
And it seems that they're going to start in direct talks. How soon do you expect them to sit together in the same room or around the same table?
I think that's a question you will have to direct to the Special Envoy, since he's the one leading the talks.
Can you talk about the venue?
I'm sorry.
What's it like? Is it a nice place?
I mean, what I can say is the weather in Sweden right now is terrible, and it's very dark. So I hope the venue inside will be a nice one. But yeah, as I said, I think we will try to provide the best possible conditions, including facilitating a venue that is conducive for a good meeting.
It's in Stockholm?
Well, it's close by. I won't comment on the venue.
And what about your work here in the Security Council? Do you feel at some point that these talks should be endorsed by an outcome in the Council? Are you preparing any outcome or any text on this?
We're not preparing anything, but I think the Council is very much seized with, and we are following this very closely. And so, I would envisage that the Council will actively consider how to best support this going forward. I mean, there is an urgency, no doubt, and we need to bring an end to this conflict in order not least to alleviate the suffering of all the millions of Yemenis that are now suffering and have done so for too long.
And do you think that the British draft resolution on Yemen can be supportive to the talks in Sweden, or you prefer to have the resolution after the talks?
We have been supportive of a resolution on Yemen since we joined this council in January last year, and I won't comment more than that. I think time is overdue for the council to come together and show resolve in ending this conflict. Thank you.
Thanks.
And best of luck.